So today on this bike here, we're going to be upgrading the old basic LCD display with the new T8, a little bigger, nicer. This is the universal protocol. This is good for like 8 different protocols or languages, whatever you want to call it. It's got the remote keypad. It's going to go on handlebars. This is nice because it, like I said, it works on 8 different. So it's good to keep one of these on hand. As the customer's bike came in, they wanted to upgrade it. If you don't know what protocol bike your controller and your display are talking, is a good one. It's almost, you can almost use it as a tool. You hook it up and you can go through the 8 different ones, find out the right protocol. But I already know what it is on this bike, so we're gonna go step by step how to hook this thing up. So basically, first I'll get it wired. Once I'm mounting it on the handlebars and all, I'll drop the bike down so we can get a view of the handlebars. But once again, this is the T8 universal protocol, is available on Amazon. And the nice thing is this comes with the 5-pin Gillette waterproof connector, but they also give you this nice adapter cable, and which I'm going to need, and I'll show you in the video, is this one has the 5-pin Gillette, or not 5-pin, the 5-pin JST style connector. So they give you this adapter that'll take you all the way up to the handlebars with it. So it even comes with the display. It's already set up for all the different styles. So, all right, let me get this thing turned around, show you where we're starting at. All right, so I already have the controller box open. 4 screws right here, which I'll show you on the step when I'm closing it up. But basically 4 screws go in the back, pop the front cover off. I already dropped the controller out. Everything's just hanging here on the connections. So we're gonna find the 5-pin display connector here. This is the display connector right here. So we're gonna basically unplug that. This is the old one. You're gonna need, obviously, a pair of dikes, something to cut the old wire ties off to get the wire out of the wire harness. And then it's nice to have some black wire ties, or depending on what color are on your bike already. This is a black bike, so they use the black wire ties going up to be able to put it back together. So I'm gonna start cutting the wire ties, and be careful not to cut the cables underneath. Got a couple more wire ties here. Don't mind the background noise. It's 97 degrees and humid where I'm at. I'm trying to keep it somewhat cool so I can work out here. So I can't really shut the air off in the background. But with the microphone, should, other than a nuisance of hearing that background noise, should be able to hear everything. All right, so that's it for the wire ties. So let's get this one out of there. All right, so here's the adapter cable. Let me see if this is in view here. You can see the 5-pin Gillette. That's what the new display has. This is the one that's going to plug into your controller here. So how about I just take it right up this way, following the same path it went before. Okay, I could probably stop it right about there. So I'm doing this a little backwards. I mean, there's not really backwards. You could either mount the display first, work the cable back, you could plug it in exact so you can exactly dress it up. But since I have the air in the air, I want to get this thing wire tied, connected in, get this closed back up. I'm going to drop it back down, then I'll mount the display. So once again, here's the display. There's the connector. I'm just going to kind of hold it up here where I want it. Make sure I got the cable in a good spot. That's where it's going to plug in. Nice spot where I can dress it up and make it look just like how it was with the other wires. So now let me get a wire tie to hold that. This has the nice wire tie hooks underneath the frame. Okay. That. I'm just going to plug it in now. Once again, I already tested this. Let me get this dressed up going down the line here. After I get it all closed back up so I can figure out where I need to dress it up there. So now, here's your 5-pin connector. There's your 5-pin JST coming from the controller. Take your time plugging these in. Sometimes if you twist the wire, these ones are holding pretty good, but sometimes the pins will go a little crooked. You try to jam it in there, then you'll bend a pin in there. So just make sure they all look pretty even up. Take your time, make sure it's kind of wiggling. Shouldn't take a lot of force, just enough to click it in and make it click. So there we go, we're plugged in. Now, I already tested it, but you know what, just for the video, I'll drop it down. We'll light up this display, we'll mount that, and then I'll close this up on the bottom. But what I will do real quick, let's cut the wire ties off. All right, so now we're gonna get this thing mounted on here. So let's get the old display off. Allen key underneath there. Another little wire loom right here. That was the old on this cheaper bike. I personally, when I'm mounting these, I leave them just a little bit loose so it'll still move, because I found early on when I would crank them tight, if I was out and say I was off-road or something caught it, if there was no give on it, I've broken mounts a lot. At least having a little give, if something bumps it, kind of lets it move a little bit, but tight enough that it's not going to sit there and vibrate around on you when you're riding. That's my preference, you know. Okay, still moves. Set that right there. Now we got to mount the keypad. All right, right there, it's not moving. So now, I didn't mount that controller down there yet, but we're gonna turn this thing on and I'll go through the settings here. Okay, so ready to try it out. Let's turn it on. Okay, lit up. As you can see, I don't have any error messages. When you first power it up, if you don't have it on the right protocol, it's probably gonna give you like an E10, E30. But to get there's two settings here. You can either hold plus and minus, gives you your basic parameters, but to change the protocol on this display, you're gonna have to hold plus minus F at the same time. Okay, here we go. So this protocol is KDS. It's KDS protocol on this. I'm gonna go to the menu though, we'll see it. So if you click on that, here's the different values. You can see all the different options. So there's number 2, 5S, KDS, there's J, 1.3, Bafang, KT, the BF 9600. There's about 8 different styles on here. So what this is, this was KDS. So I'm gonna go onto that one, which I know it is. If you didn't know it, you could start at the top. I mean, you can usually look up your bike, the controllers, things like that, and try to find out what protocol it is, even before ordering it, see if it's in your list. Even when I was ordering this, it told you in the description on Amazon what protocols it worked with. but this is KDS. So when you're first setting it, you're going to click on KDS. It's going to switch to KDS, and then you're going to go to Send Config. You're going to hit Yes. I'll hit it again. Then you're going to exit out by plus and minus. Goes back to main screen, and then power the bike off. Leave it off. It said like 10 to 15 seconds. I'm going to leave it off, 20 seconds or something. Leave it sit, and then we'll turn it back on. Okay, let's turn this thing on. So now you can see it's all working. You got nice. I'll lift the back up. You can see it. So this bike, this protocol, throttle works when you have it on 0. I noticed when you put it into the pedal assist modes, it disables your throttle, but it works on pedal assist. So when you want to ride throttle on this bike, 0 goes. Let me change. I got to change the settings here. So now we're going to go to the basic parameters. You see it topped out at 16. So here's all your battery voltage. I am set to 48. That's what this is, PAS. Wheel diameter. See, this was set to a 16-inch. I set this for about 27 to 28 because it's a 26-inch fat tire. Gets your speed pretty close. If you set it to 26-inch, speedometer is going to be a little bit off because it's with them 4-inch tires. It's pretty tall. So let's change that. We're going to hit F, moves it to the left. We're going to go up, and then hold F, it goes to the right. Let's do 27. And then let's go down. Let's check all the other ones. Speed magnets number. That's 1. It's a geared hub. That's what we're going to start with. Speed limit set at 63. I don't want no limiter on there. It wasn't one before. Assist strength. See if we can change that. Yeah, 3. We'll leave it in the middle where it was. And you got assist magnets number. That's the pedal assist sensor. This one actually has 12. So let's change that to 12. Current limit. This controller I think is only 18, so we'll set this to 20. It's really gonna, the controller's gonna still go to what the controller wants to, but you don't want this thing to limit it anymore. So 20 set. Let's see what else we got here. Handle has gear, no. 6mm function. All right, and we'll get back out of there. So now, try it again. This is a 500 watt geared on this bike, so 27. I feel like this is the first time I really worked on this bike. I haven't ridden it, but I feel like the controller itself still limits it to 26, 25, because it doesn't sound like, it sounds like the wheel would, but I could be wrong. It's like it would spin faster than that, but I'll take it out for a road test afterwards and we'll see. But you can see there's no limiter now. It gives you your wattage. Let's see what else it'll change. Max speed, average speed, it's once again miles per hour. So there are your 3 options there. You got same thing as most of them. You can hold it down if your controller turns your headlight on. You hold the plus minus, it turns the headlight. You can see the symbol came on. This bike has a switch for the headlight, so that doesn't do anything. And I believe I'm going to lift up the back. If I hold down minus, yeah. Holding down minus is the walking one, which I never really use, but that's what that does. And let's see. Okay, so the power M button, that's your trip and your odometer on this. I don't think that basically covers it, but now you got, it's got the date, the time, which I haven't set in there yet, but it even tells you your temperature, which I think is a little high. Right now, the air conditioner says about 80 in here. This is saying 91.9, but who knows? Once you get out and the air starts moving through it, you see. But just a cool little thing to show up on your display. And then it's giving your voltage up there, 54.7. All right, so I'm going to turn this off, get it back in the air, and get this controller mounted back in. All right, so let's get this thing back in here. This sometimes is the biggest pain in the ass part, fitting these in there. getting all your wires back into there. So this was in there that way. Right there. And the top one. Okay, good. Okay, powered on. And then we'll try the pedal assist. See, on 0 it's nothing. But we'll go up, put it on 2. There we go. Pedal assist is kicking in. I'll just try them all the way to 5. It's a nice slow ramp up. All right. So that's it. Other than getting it out, I'll take it for a test ride, but it's only changing the display, so more or less just want to try it out. If you like what you see here, subscribe, see more videos, and give me a thumbs up if you like what you've seen. All right, thanks for watching.